Hello everyone, welcome to another rendition of XGR, the X-Pound Gaming Radio. I'm your host for this one, Chriz, aka The Mole. Joining me, as usual, is Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Hey.
Richter Hammer.
Hello.
And Marcus Shadow is joining
Live for work.
There he is.
Good to know you're hard at work.
Yep, that's what that elevator music is.
Sorry.
But,
Do.
yeah, it's a musical episode.
Apparently.
How could Capcom happen to me?
Introduce someone else, Mo.
And randomly inserting himself into this little orgy is Simon.
What up?
We have a Simon.
Yep, the man, the
Which
myth,
means
the
this
legend.
podcast just got exactly 88.9% more fabulous.
I like that percentage.
You've injected this with a lethal dose of fabulous.
Yeah. But, no, as usual, we go news, we go catch up with the games we played this week, and then we go to a topic, but this month it's been the awards, so this is part 4 of the awards, A New Hope. So kick us off with your news first, since you're here and you may have to go AFK in a sec. Marcus Shadow.
Alright, well, my one piece of news is that Borderlands The Handsome Collection has been announced, and it will be released on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on March 24th of this year. The Handsome Collection includes Borderlands 2 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, and all the DLC that entails those games. And I do mean all the DLC. Well, all the DLC for Borderlands 2 and all the planned DLC thus far for the pre-sequel. Which does include the two, the character, and I think there's one or two that have yet to actually be released but are planned. Anything after that, they're pretty much happening.
I believe you seem to object to that news.
Yeah, it's the one character already out, the Doppelganger, and then the one that's not yet announced that I have theories for, and then one piece of story DLC that's not out yet, or has not even been announced what it is.
Right.
My theory is it will be another claptrap.
Okay, I'm thinking it's Angel. So they have
From
a siren
Buffy?
in all 3 games. No.
Aw.
You're thinking it's who?
So cool.
Angel, the siren.
Ah.
So they have a
That'd be
siren
cool.
in all 3 games.
I'd rather have Puppet Angel.
That actually a puppet character would be pretty cool.
Puppet Spike.
Oh my god, that is the greatest thing I've heard.
Buffy lands.
Yeah.
Technically, it was Angel Land.
Well, I was trying to go with Borderlands, so the B. And, never mind.
And also, technically, Angel is within what most people refer to as the Buffyverse.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But yes, that does sound cool, Marcus. I'm looking forward to that, because I was going to buy the season pass for Borderlands the pre-sequel, and then I'm like, well, fuck it, for like just a little bit more than that, I can buy the whole game again, all the DLC, the second one, all the DLC, and have it on a PS4, so I'm not stuck playing it on PS3 like a caveman.
Now I kind of wish I'd have waited. Oh,
Why
well.
you still got enjoyment out of it?
True.
Also, it should be noted that I thought this was cool, that they announced that it's going to have 4 players, like couch co-op, which I think is really kind of cool. Like
Nice.
4-player split screen. So I was joking with my wife that I was going to have our kids play. And it was this whole funny scenario where I was like yelling at them to shoot the... I was yelling at them to kill the thing, and it was like alternating with, don't cry, just shoot the monster.
If that happens, why do I see Richter as that big enforcer, his wife as the chick with the shield, and 2 claptraps?
Because they are 2 claptraps.
It's also worth noting the DLC, the pack that Marcus was on about, does come, or can come, with a remote control claptrap I do not like. Because the pack with the claptrap is like 300 quid almost. That's like the price of a PS4. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And if you get the remote control Claptrap, which does look cool, the problem is you have to download an app for your phone to remote control it. So wait, I'm paying £300 for a remote control toy that doesn't have a remote? What? What kind? No, I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Yeah, that thing looks
That's
awesome,
just
but
cheap and
it's
shitty.
way overpriced. And I mean, I was surprised it sold out. Like, I was like, really?
And by the way, Pew, I played with some people who have the Handsome Jack doppelganger. He does come with those like Iron Man wrist blasters that you wanted.
That's his main weapon.
No, I think it's a special ability. His weapons are the guns, obviously, but I think his ability modifies what the blasters do.
Nice.
Okay.
And I will say, did you have any news to our other guest of Simon?
Yes, I do.
No? Okay, then over to Pew. No. Okay, Si, take it away. The first lady of the X-Pound, take it away.
Thanks, darling. Just think he's my fellow Brit, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. The bastard.
For those of you listening, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering, if you go over to the gaming zone, he is the voice of Sega for all my Sonic videos.
That is true. That is true. Have you ever told anyone the story of how the fuck that even came about?
I didn't. I don't think I told the audience, but that was hilarious. If me and Crispy were sat around and we're like, I'm doing a Sonic month. I want to have the big Sega at the beginning, like the old Sonic videos. That's classic. That's iconic. It's part of my childhood. It's embedded in me. I want that. And then we were like, we need a feminine voice. And we both were like, who should we pick? And bear in mind, we already knew Anastasia and Tiff. That's what makes this funnier. We were like, oh, we need a female voice. Who can we pick? And at the same time, we looked at each other and went, Simon! In like a eureka moment, and Simon loves that.
And so much so that my sister actually knows about that. She just kissed herself laughing, not with her, but she just burst out laughing.
Yeah. But what was your news?
Yes, JX is going to be holding a Game Blast 2015 charity gaming marathon, which is for kids with special needs and all that, and helping them do gaming and stuff. So, yay. I know that last year they raised like 48,000 quid, so let's welcome and hope that it goes well this year. So, awesome.
Nice. It's always nice to see them do something for charity. It's nice seeing game industries doing something nice like charity, and less of this stuff, like since it's almost over, we can actually mention it now. Like the Gamergate debacle where both sides were acting horrible, or instances of people stabbing people to steal games, or buying 5 PS4s in front of a girl outside Walmart.
Yeah, but you know what though, that does kind of piss me off a little bit, because you don't always hear the good things that gamers do. It's always the negative or the media shit. Yeah,
you always hear the negative stuff, and in the media it's always like gamers are always portrayed as complete idiot jocks that just want to hurt people.
Pretty much,
At least to me, it's like, yeah, bruh, I'm gonna go and do this game, yeah. Come on, bruh, let's go Candy Crush.
Either that or socially retarded, sorry, wrong word, or just serial killer wannabes. You know, it's just like, come on. Oh yeah, and second news is the last
we're only doing one each.
Oh right, okay.
The only reason we're doing one each is it's the awards, which will take longer, so we shortened down the news this month to just being one each and one catch-up each.
Thank you for the heads up there, my darling. Right, let's
go. You're welcome, my little sugar tits.
Please don't call me that ever.
Okay, sugar tits, but over to Pew.
Thank you, Plumcombe.
Hey.
Hey, Pew, what's up? Got any news? Just lying around?
Yeah, pretty much.
Any antidotes you want to share with the class?
Oh, God. It hurts to laugh. But,
okay, put the pace down.
What? What is the fuck is going on?
I was implying you were one of those kids in school that sits in the corner eating paste.
That's gross, no.
Or clay.
No. I'll eat food. In fact, I'll punch kids and steal their food.
I ate so much clay, my turds looked like Wallace and Gromit.
That's disgusting.
We're all met.
That's horrible. But no, your news, Peter.
Alright, Club Nintendo is horribly shutting down. It's the saddest thing ever.
Yeah, that makes it sound like it was like executed. I was just like, this is horrible.
It is executed. It's executing my heart.
It should also be worth noting, though, they are bringing back a certain loyalty or reward one, which from the sound of it means it'll be evolving to a better platform, because as you yourself have stated, the awards were kind of shit.
Yeah.
They were super shit. Oh my god. And I hate you for having so much better ones. I mean, it's not your fault. I don't actually hate you, but it makes
I
me
hate
kind
you
of
for
hate
breathing.
Well, they said, yeah, that it'll be replaced with something new, but nobody knows if it's better
Yeah,
or worse or what.
Yeah, nobody knows what it is, although people have, and this is just complete bullshit at the moment because Nintendo haven't said anything, but people have been analysing, and I'm using air quotes, and they reckon that the trend of, like, if you buy Smash Brothers, you get a free game, or whichever game it was, I think it was Mario Kart 8, you got a free game and stuff.
Yeah.
They think that will become their loyalty reward. So buying certain games will give you other games for free, or DLCs for free and stuff like that, as opposed to buy 10,000 Nintendo games and get a free keychain. Which could be better, to be fair.
I actually would prefer like the actual stuff because I don't like I buy games, but I just want like extra like Nintendo shit. And I want my purple pigment case, and they fucking sent me the Bowser one.
So paint it.
400 coins for that.
Did you complain? They usually are. I've heard they're pretty good about fixing that stuff.
She didn't, I don't think, but
No, probably.
I didn't. I was just like, ugh.
fair enough. But yeah, like I said, which I understand. I personally enjoyed like my limited edition collector's coin I got from there. Yay. And I also know a friend of mine over here that got the Mario Kart trophies, which are also awesome. But I'm one of those, like, when I bought Mario Kart 8, I thought it was cool. It was like, okay, you get a free game. I'm like, holy fuck, one of them was Sonic and Mario. I wanted that game. But they kept being sold out everywhere. Downloading it. So, you know what I mean? I can see them being good and bad everywhere. But it is kind of sad to think it's over, and people should cash in their coins.
Well, it says on this specific Time magazine article that they're actually going to be releasing a bunch of new, or maybe not new, but a bunch of rewards on there to help people clear them out, to give them stuff they actually want, so they can go out with like a bang, you know, rather than a physical. Which I think is really cool, because if you can do shit you can spend all the rest of your coins on, and saying, oh, now I have to buy all this like stupid crap I don't want because my coins will otherwise be useless.
Well, if I remember correctly, the last day to redeem the codes is March 30th or something, or 31st. And then the last day to order any of the stuff is June 30th or whatever.
Could be. Which, yeah, it is kind of sad when stuff like that ends, but hopefully something better emerges in its place, because I feel Nintendo were given the physical stuff, but it was never too grand. Whereas I feel, like we've all mentioned in the past, we think PlayStation Plus was better, because you got loads of games every month, and Xbox does the same thing with... whatever it's called, is it Gold Summer Collection or something? I can't remember the exact name, Rick. Games for Gold. Yeah. And which are both great in their own merits. And I feel Nintendo needs something along those lines. Even if they don't have a subscription service, they'll make it tied to games you purchase, which means I'll be getting money. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of see this. This could be cool. But what was your news, Rick?
All right. So for mine, a little bit ago, XSEED released, they're a game publisher, but they released a little teaser for Happy New Year 2015, and it showed little pictures of what they released in 2014 and a few pictures of what they have already announced for 2015. But then it also had 8 squares with 4 silhouettes. Which they had later announced that it was only 4 games, and some people were like, "Why'd you put 8 squares?" But with
because is it because one of those games is Hollywood Squares?
No.
Ah.
Japanese Hollywood Squares. No. But people have since deciphered what the silhouettes are, and so I will let you know. But the one is a 3DS game called Lord of Magna. Then there's a Vita game. Oh, there goes Jim. For another Corpse Party game, which those were visual novels, very, very grisly, kind of almost choose your own adventure. But I played one of those. It was pretty cool. The Wise 6 Arc of Nepishtim, which came out for PSP a couple years ago, so people think it's the Steam version. And then the one I am most excited about, Oni-chan-bara Z, or Z2 with no, or however that's the actual title. It's Oni-chan-bara Z Kagura with no. And
nice.
Like, okay. But
is Lords of Magma, or whatever it's called, is that an existing game anywhere or existing franchise? Because that name sounds familiar, but I don't know if it's just one of those names that just happens to sound familiar when it's not an actual thing.
Yeah, it's it does sound like something, but I don't think it's related.
Ah, okay.
Apparently in Japan it's called like Forbidden Magna or something. I looked it up like a week ago or whatever, that title. I don't remember what it's about.
Why do I think if I saw the title from Japan, Forbidden Magma, I'd be thinking, oh god, it's Pokemon hentai.
It does sound like that. Yeah, first I was like, what kind of game is that? But yeah, so I'm excited about that because I like the last Oni-chan-bara game. It came out, good lord, 2009 maybe.
I took a guess.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was on Xbox 360 and Wii, strangely enough. But they've had, I think, 2 more since then. One recently came out for PS4, so people are hoping that if this one does well, they might bring out the latest one that's on PS4. So I am definitely looking forward to that because it was a fun game. It's like a hack and slash, kill zombies, and famously, one of the parts about it is the female characters, at least in some of the games. The main character, or what are considered the main characters, these 2 sisters, they get stronger when they get blood on their skin. So that's why one of them wears like a bikini and a cowboy hat when she's killing guys, because she needs the blood on her skin to power up. So that's why she's scantily clad. And I'm like, yeah, fine, I'll take that as an explanation. I don't care.
Yeah, they explained it for once. Yay.
Yeah.
It's not like certain RPGs out there where it's been like, okay, level maximum armor. Wait, it's bikini with a helmet.
Yup. But yeah, that was my news. So.
Nice. That does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, games no one's heard about in 2015.
To be fair, in 2015, people will hear about them live here from the big guy. But yeah.
The hammer has spoken.
He has. He's like Timmy Mallet's mallet.
Big guy. Richter rules. Sorry.
But my news, Bandai Namco Games and Dimps have revealed that they've already working on 3 post-launch DLC packs for the upcoming fighting game Dragon Ball Xenoverse. The DLC will add more characters, costumes, and missions. They will be available individually for $10, US dollars that is, each, or can be purchased together through a season pass for just $25. The first DLC pack has an expected release date of March. It will contain 3 playable characters, GT Goku, Pan, and GT Trunks. Because I want GT Trunks as a fighter, said no one ever. It also adds 4 Time Patrol quests, 12 quests, 15 special moves for players' avatars, and 5 costumes. So I'm buying that season pass. Release date and content details for the remaining 2 are coming soon. And that is for Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which will be available on PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC and Vita. Oh, sorry, and PC via, I misread that, and PC via Steam, with a slightly delayed release date of February 27th. This is the fighting game that lets you see your custom creations travel through time in a single-player story, or play online with friends. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Pew! So that was my news. Your thoughts?
I have to admit, of the three people you mentioned, I think I would, if I had to choose one, I would choose GT Trunks.
Yeah, I'll admit, out of those ones, I'd play as Pan.
I don't like her.
I would if they decided to create a Super Saiyan Pan for this, because otherwise she'd be woefully underpowered compared to like everybody else.
I'd choose Pan just because GT Goku kind of annoyed the shit out of me. He was kind of funny as a kid, but he annoyed me a bit. GT Trunks suffers from the fact you look at him and you're like, you're not future Trunks.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Pan, I'm like, cool, we got a new female character, and she's the main character. Cool. She's annoying, a little bit too in your face, but I will tolerate this because it doesn't hurt the image of her as a little kid at the end of Z. She's the only one that didn't affect anything. And I loved her with Gil. Or Giru, as he was called in the American dub. Giru!
The robot?
Yes.
Fair enough.
When we first got the dub, it was called Gil, and I loved that. Gil! And he's like the little white ball and stuff, and that's why I know him. I always know him as Gil, but I liked him. But yeah, but those 3 packs does sound pretty cool. Adds more characters, and oh my god, the amount of missions it adds! I'm like, I want them just to play through the missions as my custom character.
Sounds like a good value.
It does.
A little disappointing they didn't announce like another class or race.
We don't know what the other 2 packs are.
That's true. But you did say that the other packs were going to have like other types of missions and stuff, and I didn't hear like we're planning to do another race.
No, they didn't say they're planning to do another race. All they said was it contains, and all the stuff they mentioned was in the first pack, to be fair, and they said the details for the second 2 are coming soon, which could just be more characters and stuff. But another race would be maybe cool, but I don't think we need one.
Fair enough.
But speaking of, as Pew said, this sounds like good value. Let's see if people got value for their money this week with games they've played.
Ha ha ha.
Kicking us off first is the person who brought you to this podcast. We all know this. You love him. You love his voice. Just the sound of him turned you on. Give it up for Richter.
Oh, thank you. So
Simon's probably like, I was about to. You weren't in the description.
you just got
impossible for you to have brought people here. You're on the disc. He's on the disc DLC.
Oh god.
No, you said it right the first time. Well, he's on the Dick DLC.
No, it's crass, madam. My little lotus blossom.
Hey, you can do whatever you want to Jeff. I won't judge.
But yeah, I was referring to Richter to go first.
Yes.
Take it away, big guy.
So happy.
Okay. So all right. So game I played this week that was pretty cool was the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate demo. Because after they had that announcement last week, they sent out some of the codes, and so I told my friend, I was like, oh, dude, apparently they started sending them out. Hopefully one of us gets one, because it's in batches of 4, like the Smash Brothers. And he's like, yes, hopefully. And by hopefully, and then he like gave me one of the codes. I was like, oh, sweet, because I guess, I'm assuming his brother did, because his brother got the Smash ones too. So I was playing that, has all 14 of the weapon types in there, and 3 different quests. So I was like, oh, cool, because like, last time they didn't have all the weapons, so it was kind of cool that they had them all there. And that was pretty cool. I tried out the 2 new weapons, the Charge Blade, which is like a sword and shield, but you can transform it by putting the shield on the sword, so it looks kind of like a crazy axe. Functions similar to the I just forgot what it's called. The Switch Axe, that's what it's called. That's already in the game. It's just like a faster version. That was pretty cool once I kind of got the hang of how to reload it, and because you have to reload its elemental charges and stuff. And then the second weapon is the I don't remember what they call it there, but it's the bug controlling staff, where you get like a spear or like a boken, whatever, and you have like an insect, and it like sits on your arm. It looks like a shield, and it looks actually pretty cool. And you can like target the monster, and then like send the bug, and he'll latch onto it, and he like drains, I think, some of its health. And then when you recall it and it comes back to you, it'll like power you up based off where you targeted the monster, so like you can get extra health, extra defense, extra attack power. And
Cool.
yeah, it was kind of cool. It was really hard to aim though, mostly because I don't have the Circle Pad Pro, and obviously with the new 3DS isn't out yet, so it was a little hard to aim without a second analog stick with using that on-screen D-pad. So like I could hit him with it, but it was hard to pick what area I would shoot the bug at, and I wasn't sure when he was done powering up yet, and I wasn't. There was, definitely I would need some time to kind of work through it, but it looked really cool.
I have to say,
Yes.
that's heartbreaking. That really tugs at my heartstrings. I'm just going to say to people listening, if you want to donate money so Richter can buy a Circle Pad Pro, please leave your details below.
I'd need the XL one or the LL one from Japan though, because they didn't bring out the bigger Circle Pad Pro for the XL.
Leave your credit card details below.
There you go.
No, so I'm just gonna buy Gucci shoes with it.
No. Maybe a new suit. I could do with one.
Silver slippers to get the suit, whole
No,
deal.
just the suit, dear.
I want to buy a new suit, but mine will be Iron Man suit.
Yes.
Ha!
Exactly.
But
Probably what I was going for.
but no, it sounds like you had fun with your demo, Rick.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So take us away next. Pew! To the power of Pew. Fresh from the Pewniverse.
I was playing Wind Waker this weekend, and I did a LP of it, so that'll be up eventually.
Did you just add a special effect? I was playing Wind Waker, so you made wind?
No, I mean it could be my space heater.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It just happened to be on that one word after Wind Waker. I was like,
Oh.
wow, she's using emphasis.
Yeah, but so yeah, it was really fun, but it took me a while to get back to it and to do all the controls and everything. And I don't know where my my Pro Pad is, so I have to use the Wii U gamepad. And it makes me I want to either get another one or try to find it. I don't know if I brought it over with me when I moved, so
Do you have any
I was having
photos?
it for a while.
Do you have any photos of you with your Pro controller?
No, I should have.
Oh,
I
okay,
do
I was
RIP.
Yeah, I'm hoping you could make flyers with lost Pro controller. If found, please return.
Completely brilliant.
So yeah, it's been really fun. I pretty much got to an hour and a half, but my camera ran out of battery, and it was like, no. And it's funny exactly where it ran out of battery, because I just put the password in for to get the bombs from the ship. To get the bombs, you go to the do the platforming part, except without the platforms, it's just straight from rope to rope to rope. But I didn't get to the bottom part. I just entered the password, and then it ran out of battery. So enter the password, enter the ship, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm ending here then. Because, yeah, okay. You entered the password, and that's it. Right now. So that'll be fun to get back to next time. Although I'm being a lazy butt because I don't want to end it right now. I'll probably save it to the weekend.
That's fine. It's only a couple of days. We look forward to your future endeavors in Wind Waker.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we do.
And speaking of future endeavored, Marcus Shadow, what game have you played this week?
What?
I asked you what game you played this week. I know you're old, but turn up your hearing aid. Wow.
Fuck you.
I've never heard of that game. What's it on?
On the Wii.
Oculus Rift.
So I played Borderlands quite a bit. Played some Pew. The game is actually really good. I was surprised. Wasn't expecting it to be that good. and I played a little bit more of a Hyrule Warriors because I finally decided to purchase the Hero Pack or whatever, which is the Season Pass, and I got the DLC with it, so pretty cool. And I bought the Ocarina of Time outfits because 99 cents, why the fuck not? So, yep, have fun with that. Still haven't tried out Twilight Midnight yet.
Have you
Oh,
used your
you're in for a
amiibo?
treat.
Did you use your amiibo and get the spinny thing?
If I use I don't think I got the that's kind of funny. So I downloaded the DLC.
That
So I
was
got
kind of funny.
before I even went in to try Apona, I put link on the pad, and he's like, yeah, and it pops up. You've unlocked Apona of Time. So
Nice.
boom, right out of the gate, tier 3 Apona.
Nice. And I will say to the people listening, just like last time, just so you know, are aware, Marcus Shadow is coming to us live via satellite from his work, where he's on a tablet right now, so that'll explain the dip in audio. I'm only explaining that, Marcus, but you don't have to apologise, anything like that, we completely understand. I was just explaining that because what we heard was you go really quiet with, and that was really funny. It's like, yes, that was really funny, okay. I will pretend I understood that.
So we just smiled and nodded.
The moon gets horrible signal, not this time.
But it's not all the time, it's just now and again your audio goes in and out.
Yeah, like when I lean back, my back.
Yeah.
If you'd like to donate to the Marcus Shadow Space Program and increase the signal, please put your credit card information here.
More DLC for Marcus Shadow. But yeah, no, I put my link on there, and instead of giving me the spinner, it gave me Apona of Time, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of awesome.
Nice.
But yeah, that's fun. I'm going to need Richter's help because Master Quest sucks balls.
I'm not going to help you with the Twilight map, but I will definitely help with several of the Master Quest maps. Just get Lana's level up, and we got that. Huh?
Does Twilight maps suck that much?
Oh, they a lot of suck. Well, they accompanied a level cap increase, and so some of them expect you to be level 100. They just don't tell you that.
Wait, you need Richter's help? But I thought you were much better than Richter.
Also, yeah, use Midna, use Bigna. She's good. She's the best dark user in the game, I'll put it that way.
And speaking of women that are dark users, Simon, what games have you played this week?
I knew it was coming.
It was the perfect segue.
True, it was. I'll give you props on that one.
Or Sideway, because it was a segue to Simon.
I approve of that.
Sly wants all the ways.
No, I do not. I only want the one. I'm currently playing
Simon goes
Alien
all the way
Isolation
to the
at the moment.
Spaghetti Junction.
Oh, shut up. I'm currently playing Alien Isolation. I lent it off my brother-in-law, so yay.
Nice.
Actually kind of cool so far. Very creepy, because you've got to make sure that it doesn't try and fucking kill you. It's like all in first person shit. I'm just like I haven't played a first person game in a very long time, so I'm pretty rusty with it, so it's like, shit.
That game was awesome. I will tell you, Si, if you played on the PS4,
yeah,
because the pad has a microphone-ish thing built in, I believe, and also the camera, if you have the camera with the microphone on, one of the two. If your microphone is on when you're playing, you have to be quiet, because otherwise noise can attract the aliens to where you are.
I'm so happy that it's not on PS3.
Which means, let's say you saw an alien, you went, ah! They'd all suddenly go,
Mole told me that while I was Let's Playing it, and I was wondering how all the things could find me, because while I was Let's Playing it, the microphone was on. So obviously I'm talking during the Let's Play, so it heard me. It made it more difficult.
It's also worth pointing out, Mole did mention that to you before you live streamed as well, of make sure when you go to the options, turn that off, because if you're live streaming, they're going to hear you monologuing as you go through the halls.
Yeah.
It's going to be like how Simon gets attacked.
There you go.
We just hear him walking through through an alley with, oh yes, and I was walking through the alley, and my silver shoes were quite fabulous, darling.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
what?
have to do Shakespeare while I'm gaming or something.
I think you're always doing Shakespeare.
No. I just sound like it.
But the game I played this week, GTA 5, which I played with James Phoenix and the Crispy online. Pretty fun, some great moments, one of which involved Crispy plunging us all to our death, which was hilarious because the police are after us, and he drove his car and it just span as it was going over the cliff. Jim goes, "Oh God, we're all going to die," and me and Crispy are like, "No, we're not." Boom! As the car lands, it hit the fuel tank on the car on like a rock, and the whole car just blew the fuck up, which is hilarious. We then also had situations where we're inside a store and we point this gun at this clerk and he's not giving us the money because James did it first and he didn't have ammo and we didn't realise you needed ammo. And he's pointing the ammo at the clerk and it's like, and we hear him with, and there's me and Crispy pointing out guns as well. It's like, "Give us your money. Give us your money." And the clerk's like, "Oh," he's just got his arms up, but he's refusing to give the money. It's like, "Give us your money or we're going to shoot you." And he doesn't do it. So someone shot him. Spoiler alert, it was me. But and then I remember James saying to me, "Why would you do that?" And like I explained to James afterwards, I had to do that because, as I explained to Simon in the past, if I say to someone, "I'm going to shoot you if you don't give me the money," if they don't give me the money, I'm going to shoot them, or word of mouth will spread and no one will take me seriously anymore. I'll be pointing guns at people and I'll be like, "You're not going to shoot me," so I have to do this. Which is brilliant troll logic, but that's why I shot that dude.
That's like
why I
basic
went over to his corpse and
101.
kept kicking. Yeah, why I went over to his corpse and kept kicking it was just, I don't know. That was just extras. But I love playing GTA Online, GTA 5. It's fun. We just the three of us. It was unbelievably fun. When Marcus gets the game, because I know he wants to, and maybe if Richter does and stuff like that, that'll be really fun for when they bring in the heists. Because I can just imagine how fun that's going to be to do a heist with all of us.
That'll be fun.
If it's anything like Red Dead Redemption, I'd be totally in on it.
It is like Red Dead Redemption, but fun.
Yeah.
I really like Red Dead Redemption.
I liked Red Dead Redemption for what it was. It to me, no offense to anyone listening or anything like that. It's just like that. Just to me, it was never as fun as a GTA when it's fun. It was better than GTA 4, but I said the GTA was fun.
Well, I've never played any GTA, so.
Yeah, which is fair enough.
What?
Yeah.
Even I have, and I'm deprived.
What? That's so
I
weird.
played Saints Row, but like I haven't played any GTA.
So you have a general idea.
Yeah.
No, but see, people said Saints Row is like that Streets that
Streets
game
of
on
Rage.
crack. I like to say, yeah, I can't think of names.
Like Streets of Rage on crack.
GTA.
I know it's
like
not what
GTA.
you said, but I'm gonna choose to hear that.
Saints Row the 4th was like GTA on crack with the superpowers, but the previous ones weren't really, because they were just like GTA Vice City and stuff where there was elements of fun within the game. And this has
one
elements
was
of fun.
definitely super close to GTA.
Yeah, and I personally, like I said, I love the GTA series. 5, I've played through the single player. I don't really have much need to play that, so I just love playing it online with my friends because it's fun as fuck. You get to make your own character. You can go clothes shopping. You can buy apartments. You can buy cars. You can just buy guns. You can do missions. You can do missions like actual kill people. You can do airplane piloting through stuff. You can do parachutes. The amount of stuff you can do in this game is ridiculous. You can even say to people, "Hey, let's go have a spot of tennis," and that's brilliant. I can't think of another game where I can say to people, "You know what? I'm in the mood to go kill a bunch of people. Let's go pop some caps in their ass," to quote QJ. And then basically also turn around and go, "Oh, you know what would be good here, darling? A spot of tennis," to quote Simon.
I don't play tennis.
You can also get drunk too.
Yeah.
Wander around.
Playing tennis.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can play golf too.
Yeah, you could play golf, you could play tennis. The plane stuff was funnier because I couldn't control my plane properly on a certain when I was with Crispy, but I couldn't control the parachute properly either because I wasn't quite used to that. So as a result, I missed all the checkpoints and splattered into the side of a mountain. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that went wrong. But no, that was what I played this month. This week. That was GTA 5. Highly recommend people pick that up on PS4.
Duly noted.
But yes, time for our awards. And kicking us off first is the award, which is the worst surprise of 2014. The worst surprise of 2014. Yeah, the worst surprise of 2014. So take us away, Marcus Shadow. I'll let you go first for this one, since I just saw you come back and your little box light up, as did our lives when you came back into it.
I was kind of hoping one of you guys would go first so I could know what you meant by surprise.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Russo Swerve, you have to go first.
Surprise!
Russo Swerve, we're going to steal your list.
Number one, I don't have a list. Number two,
Yeah.
like I said,
What we mean by worst surprise is something within the gaming industry that has taken you by surprise this year. It could be an announcement, it could be a moment in a game, it could be anything where you were surprised.
And this is the worst surprise. So.
And if you're wondering what surprise means, imagine when Simon came out to his parents, imagine the opposite of that, and that's a surprise.
Wow.
I think the biggest surprise was when they gave you Simon and go, it's a girl. Oh, wait, no, it's still a girl, just on the inside.
Yeah, when Simon did come out to his parents, he was like, I'm gay. And they're like, oh my god, is M. Night Shyamalan writing this twist? Simon's probably like, stop it.
No, carry on by all means.
But no, just something that surprised you. It's like a moment where you were surprised, Marcus, with something.
Worst one? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is when they said that Arkham Knight was going to be pushed back. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah, that would count. Which, yeah, that was disappointing. So, kick us off next. Let's go with Simon. What's your worst surprise? Is that capital?
Yes, it was. Capital P, little. Ooh. I don't really have any worst ones because there's been very little that's actually surprised me and made me go, I hate this shit, or, you know.
Fair enough. Over to, let's go, Pew.
Okay, for my worst surprise, it's a Dragon Age spoiler, so you might want to take off your headset.
That's fine. You can go.
Are you sure you don't care?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, because it is like a big spoiler. It's like the Dragon Age ending.
It says Finn. No.
It's cool. You go, Pew.
Okay. So I don't know if Simon took his headset off. So if he did, someone could take it. Tell him to come back. But so basically at the end of the game, and this is another reason why I was so pissed off with other things. Solus, basically the guy, the elf guy dude, he pretty much is Del Feral or whatever. It's some fucking elfin god. He's the Dreadwolf, and he is he's the pretty much a spirit or whatever. That's why he likes spirits and everything, and why he knows so much without actually doing anything or having no one be able to witness him trading or his abilities. And basically, he kind of fucks you over. He couldn't get the reclaim the elven like power that Corypheus had, so he gets all pissed off, and he pretty much storms out, takes the power of Flemeth.
No.
Takes the power of Flemeth, who is another elven god, Mythal, and now he has like two, and he kind of absorbs everything that is hers. Now he's got like two elven gods in like one body, and his eyes are all flary, like they're all like kind of blue, like Justice style, you know. But he's got like Deferral or whatever the fuck the elven god is, the Dreadwolf god, and he's got Mythal now, the elven god. So he's got like two elven gods in him now. So, like, what the fuck does that even mean? I mean, like, I don't know, because I just, what? And then he just fucks off, and then you never hear from him again, and that's just it. And even if you had, like, a romance with him, he's like, hey, remember when I was going to come back? Psych! And just, fucking leaves and gets 2 souls in one body and gets all bluey and fucks off. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? This is just like frickin' in Assassin's Creed 2 where you said aliens. Like, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Because literally she comes out of nowhere and boom, soul absorbed, like, God. And like, when did this all happen?
I would argue it's not as bad as far as Assassin's Creed 2 Aliens, because the alien twist at the end of Assassin's Creed 2 undoes everything cool about the first game.
That's true. It was all shit. So it's kind of a cherry on the shit. It's kind of a cherry on the shit sundae.
Cherry on a shit.
Yeah, because it's like the first game obviously had the best
Shit
assassin. Yay, I'll tell you that. But basically, everything in the first game was so like, oh yeah, it's fancy and stuff. It's like, yeah, cool, I believe this because it's so magically and fantasy-ish and big religious stuff. I'm like, cool. Second one, Aliens did it. It's like, really? So that big apple thing, the apple of Eden and stuff, it's not a cool, religious, mystical, magical apple. It's a fucking alien Rubik's Cube.
It's like you had me and then you lost me.
Yeah.
And this like especially pissed me off because this is my first playthrough. I was in a romance with this character, and really, he says, "Don't worry, he says a million times, I'll totally be back for you and everything, and I'm totally not gonna run away." And like he fucking runs away after
You may come back in DLC.
You know what?
Or in
If he comes
Dragon
back in
Age
DLC, I'm gonna
Inquisition 2.
fucking shoot him in the face. Because how is he like the evil god or whatever, or benevolent god of elf god, and now he has a second god, and Flemeth dies. Man, Flemeth was cool, and like now he took everything that Flemeth is, because Flemeth's dead.
No,
and,
Janeway.
I know, right? Flemeth is awesome, and now we just get this shithead, And now he has 2 gods in him, and he's not going to be all the Flemeth he's just going to be some little wiener. It was like, be nice to spirits, stop calling them, and humans and elves be segregated,
Unless,
and I hate you.
Unless absolute power corrupts absolutely.
He's already corrupted, because he's already a fucking asshole dickhead who made up his opinions. He's just going to have more power to do it. It's like if Anders and Justice found like, hey, want Justice number 2 inside you? Yay!
When I say corrupt Pew, I mean him actually turning into like a Flemeth, like overbearing, all-powerful entity. I could see that because absolute corrupts. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It does
he has
sound
the personality of a person that wants to take over everything. Now he just has the ability to do it.
Yeah, which like I said, that does sound like a disappointing surprise. But what was yours, Rick?
For mine, it was when they announced Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. That's its title. It was just Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS. And they're like, oh, look, it's only compatible with the new 3DS. I was like, yeah! Oh. Like, that was like the biggest killjoy I can think of for me personally, where I was like, oh, cool. Like, even though I have it on the Wii, I'd have to play the Wii, and I don't want to do that. And I'm like, well, I'm more likely to play the 3DS. And like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, it's with the new one. Well, I kind of wanted that anyway, but that's just, I'm worried of what that can mean, and if that trend, because it can go either it can go fine and acceptable, or it could go really wrong, and I'm worried about that. And so it's not just the announcement, but the implications of what could come, because as when we discussed when they had it was cool that there was something announced for it, but I felt like that they announced it and there was already something that was only compatible with that. I was kind of worried. So
I'm hoping with that game, that's one of the ones to come to the Wii U Virtual Console, like some of the Wii ones are and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play with a Pro Pad.
I would too. Like, even though I own it, I'd probably spend the like $10 to buy the download on the Wii U. Just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, which I could see that. My worst surprise of 2014 is, surprise, Nintendo's the only company with working online. Which did indeed happen. Which was weird, because PSN and Xbox Live went down, as people know, over the holiday season. And a load of the PlayStation and Xbox fans and stuff always go, oh, Nintendo, does that even have online? Yes. Does yours? And I totally played my Nintendo Online during the outage. I played a game or two online, and I even watched Amazon through there because I don't like the fact that's tied to the PSN account, because that means if PSN goes down, you can't watch it. But it was just a really bad surprise too, because think about those kids on Christmas Day who got, say, Skylanders or Disney Infinity or Lego Marvel, Lego Batman, a new PS4, a new Xbox One, opening up their Christmas presents and being like, "Mummy, Daddy, can I play on my game now?" "Sure, go ahead." And then the kid goes, "Sorry, you're not online." "No, why has this happened, Daddy? Was I naughty?"
That's exactly how it happened.
"Why did this happen, Daddy?" And there's Richter. "Because you didn't eat your vegetables."
Because you were crying instead of shooting the boss.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go over to Simon and say, "This is because you stuck the wrong things in your mouth."
"Daddy, why won't it work?" "Well, kids, what's that?" "I do believe if you rub Daddy's feet hard enough, it will come online." "Maybe if you wash his car, the gleam from the car will shine through and make
That's
it
a
online
really
work."
good idea.
But no, now for the best surprise of 2014. Which, I'll go first for this one. The best surprise of 2014. Just because I really loved this. Grim Fandango HD was announced. Grim Fandango HD. Oh, I loved Grim Fandango. As I believe, and I think Richter's one of the ones I talked to about that game and stuff in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved that game. I kept talking about it. And most people I know are like, "I've never heard of it." I don't give a shit. That game, I like that game. And then suddenly, they announced a HD remastered of it. And I'm like, holy fuck, I didn't think that would happen because all the people hadn't heard of it. So now that they've done this, it could open the floodgates to a sequel. That's awesome. Grim Fandango in HD. Yay. Kick us off next. The Big Pew.
Okay, the best surprise here wasn't really a big surprise because there wasn't really any positive surprises, but I guess a small one will count, and as opposed to none at all. So I got the cart stuff, extra carts, the stupid like Link and Master Cycle and all that shit for Mario Kart, and it's actually really fun. And though I hate myself for buying it and enjoying it, it's still fun.
Nice. Well, I would say though that there was a few decent surprises this year. Like, if you wanted to take just Nintendo in general, any of the Nintendo Directs, we'd be like, "Holy fuck, they just announced that!" Like, well, I'm not going to give an example in case that's in anyone else's, but
yeah.
take us away.
It was awesome, but it didn't surprise me. If that's like, no.
Yeah, okay, it's cool. And yeah, that was a big surprise though, to be fair. Link's got the Master Cycle. Which is just a step away from Link getting the Master Mech.
The surprise wasn't like that, because I knew it was coming, or whatever. I mean, I didn't know that was coming, but the thing was, I thought I was going to hate it. The surprise was that I don't hate it. That's the real surprise.
It's impossible to hate anything with Mario Kart, to be fair-ish, to a certain degree. Spoiler alert for later. But no.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what game were you playing? I'm pretty sure. There's at least one, but okay.
There is. But, Rick, what's yours?
My best surprise of the year was that $50 Xbox One price cut that they had for the holidays. That was really cool, because I was, kind of like set with like, oh, well, I'm probably not going to be able to get any next-gen stuff this this Christmas, and then boom, I was able to get it because they cut the price just enough, and I could get like the one I wanted for a good price, and I was like, that's awesome.
Which would add on top of the fact they already lowered the price before that by removing the camera. All in all, he's the happy gamer.
Indeed.
But that did sound pretty good. Like I said, that. Well, not spoiler alert because it's already up. On the Around the Pound Awards, Rick, I did give joint with Wii U, Xbox One, because I have played on it and stuff like that a bit. I did give that best gaming platform for 2014.
Nice.
Due to the fact stuff like that has just benefited it, and it's just gone on like a fucking steamrolling forward. It got its online up before PlayStation and stuff. I like that. And I was like, well, I prefer the PS4, and I love my PS4. I do love it. It's had a shit year in terms of my experience with it, because so many games were broken this year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But kick us off next with the best surprise, Marcus.
All right, my best surprise of 2014 would probably be the spinner weapon from Hyrule Warriors, because when I heard it's like, all right, what link you're going to be able to unlock the spinner? I was sitting here like, okay, the weapon I like the least from Twilight Princess. That's brilliant. It's a complete shit weapon. How are they going to make this good? It's my fucking favorite weapon in the game right now. It is so good. I was not expecting to like it, and I'm using it. I'm just like, wow, they made this thing awesome.
And fair enough, that did seem pretty cool, that spinner weapon. And how about Simon?
Just for surprises, correct?
Yes. Sometimes you save the peg to last.
Can you do that again?
No.
Oh, it's worth a try. This one came at the end of the year for me, like Christmas sort of thing. Well, actually, yeah, like after Christmas. The announcement of the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition.
Ah, that looks so awesome.
You know, like it was just a little clip at the end, like on top of the rebooted Devil May Cry Definitive Edition.
Fuck DMC.
Yes, exactly. And like literally every fucking person who saw that little teaser fucking well, just the fucking internet exploded on that day, man.
Yep.
And I'm fucking psyched. I want to see it. I'm hoping to God that we get some answers. And come on, it's virtual in the Devil May Cry 4 setting, like old school badass Virgil.
Virgil power.
I liked him best when he was with Ted DiBiase.
Ah,
Thank you.
that's funny.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait for that.
But okay, so now we're moving on to download only, which is DLC and downloaded only games in one category of which one what you enjoyed the most with them, or at least in the first case. So this is the worst bit of downloadable stuff. I'm going to let Simon go first again.
Pretty much everything.
Well, for the first time, technically.
Thanks. A lot of the Destiny content was very disappointing for me to play. Fan of the game was shit, personally, for me. But
Yeah.
I was going to say, there's a part of that game that wasn't disappointing.
yes. Because I remember playing it at my buddies, and like seriously, none of my friends trust me on any shooting game because I automatically go and kill them just for more ammo and stuff. So, and you know, and one of my buddies was like, right here, play the DLC. It's, you know, we will get you hooked on this. But now, please bear in mind they are plowing me with quite a bit of whiskey at the time, so I'm pretty drunk. I'm like 8 scotches in. I'm going on to my 9th one, making it a double.
Drunk with guns? You really are trying to please our American audience.
Yes, I am.
Our big southern audience.
I know. And so I'm playing it, and like, I'm just like, this is shit! Like, why do you son of bitches like this? It's crap! Literally crap!
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one for me.
Okay, and worst... let's go for other guest, Marcus.
Alright, is this like DLC only, or does it include like digital only games?
It's both.
It's both. Okay, I'm gonna give it to what I gave it on Around the Pen. I'm gonna give it to Binding of Isaac Rebirth or whatever it's called. Yeah, that game had potential, but yeah, that game kind of sucks.
I can see that. So next, for worst, Hammy.
Okay, mine is. I'm gonna agree with Simon. It was the first expansion for Destiny, because that game already had like nowhere near enough content for how much it wanted you to play, and to charge $20, I think, for a tiny bit more content was stupid. And the fact that I'm okay with exclusive content, but with how little there was in the game, the fact that Xbox people paid the same amount for like a lot less content, because I think there was like one less strike and a couple other, like with how little they have and with how little they gave, it ended up being a lot more. But like Xbox One and Xbox 360 players had to pay the same price. It was still 20, and they got like just above half as much content. Like stupid. I'm like, oh, like that game. That game will definitely come up more times throughout these volumes. But yeah, that was definitely mine. I just thought they messed that up pretty bad.
Fair enough. So now, time for the ruler of the Puniverse.
If you can guess the trend of things I put on my worst list, Dragon Age. Again, the stuff the pre-ordered free DLC you get is super shit, and I hate it all. I mean, the Bog Unicorn's like okay, but like they give you like extra like armor and stuff, and it's the ugliest piece of shit ever. Like it is. Like you've seen like that dragon armor with all like the extra shit on it.
Spoiler alert: the Bog Unicorn will be coming up under Best Mounted Vehicle.
Basically, like one of the ones I hate is like this. It's like it doesn't make sense because it's just this giant, like, if you're a heavy character, I get it because you have to wear like a lot of armor or whatever, but I don't play a heavy character. I've never played a heavy character. I always go rogue or mage. So why the fuck is my mage wearing this huge fucking ass warrior armor that looks like it weighs 6 billion pounds? It's ugly. It doesn't have any dragons on it. It's got like 6 billion tiers on it. I can't customize like any of the colors really or anything about it.
I'm slightly offended by this. I, in real life, am a heavy character. Right now, not wearing pants. How dare you insinuate I have to wear heavy stuff? I much prefer walking around just freeballing.
Yeah.
You don't have to wear it, but if you want to like make use of this frickin' shitty armor DLC, like you have to be this super, you have to wear this heavy armor, and it doesn't make sense. They should have had like one for a mage. They should have had one for a rogue. They should have had different ones, but it's the same one every time, and you look fucking ridiculous with it.
It should have adapted to your shape and class. Actually, that would have been
because like if I have a mage, why am I dressed like I should be having like a two-handed blade? You know? It doesn't make sense. It's just stupid. And all the other stuff is just cosmetic shit that's not even worth looking at. It's just really like lazy and just like, what is any of this? Did you even bother thinking about any of this at all? Or did you say, looks pretty, colors, colors, colors? If they don't stare at it too much, I'm sure they'll love it.
Funny, but that's how you normally get your stare.
Fuck off.
And my one for worst DLC content of 2014, I believe this was 2014, I hope I haven't pulled a pew, was Basement Crawl on PS4. Because I bought that game, they told me it's Spy v Spy meets, Bomberman, and instead it was just Bomberman with worse controls. It was still kind of fun to play multiplayer, but there was nothing there in terms of content and stuff. Like, it was just it was like 6 characters, and it was like 5 stages or something. It seemed shit for what it was. Apparently they are going to be doing another version later on, and I hopefully will get that version for free because I already bought it, but that was shit. I don't know if anyone here has played Basement Crawl, but
I have not.
it was wasted potential. It was kind of fun at times, but just it was kind of bad. So I had to give it that just for letting me down. And now we come to the best DLC or downloadable game, of 2014. So, speaking of letting me down, take away Marcus.
Wow.
Gee, thanks.
Hey, I complimented you in his last introduction.
That's true.
Everyone gets one.
I compliment him and then insult him, compliment and insult him just to try and see if I can make him bipolar.
Wow.
It's a scientific study. And FYI, does anyone else totally think bipolar would be like a polar bear in something like Ice Age with the personality of Simon?
Oh.
That's just you, dear.
I just kind of imagined it. I just kind of imagined a polar bear that can't decide whether to go to the beach or actually camp up in the mountains.
See, I saw it like that.
Beach mountains.
I saw the other one of like a polar bear being like, "Ooh, male polar bear, hello, darling. Female polar bear, hello, darling." But that may be just me with the name bipolar.
Yeah,
But anyway, your best one, Marcus.
Yes, my best is, again, say SteamWorld Dig. That game is phenomenal. If nobody here has tried it, you guys need to try that game. That game is awesome. I love that game. I'd also like to give a runner-up to the worst, to the Lego Batman 3 DLC, because, as you pointed out, and rightfully so, yeah, the level you get with each of them, is about the size of a Deadpool level from Lego Marvel. Why the fuck should you pay for that shit? That's so wrong.
I would also counteract that with I've played through all of them. While they're really short, as I pointed out to you, they're still somewhat fun. Like, playing through the Arrow one was probably my favourite experience of the entire game, and that's a DLC one.
Fair enough, but I still think, as you pointed out before, which I agreed with, I still think it's overpriced for what you get.
Oh, it is overpriced, but I still like it.
Yeah, I like the fact that they came out with it. It's just seeing what it is, even with the characters, and most of the characters that you get are pretty good, but it's still overpriced, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah. It's almost as overpriced as the WWE 2K15 season pass, which hasn't produced any sort of content for the fucking season pass yet.
Wow.
It's just all stuff you have to pay for, like moves and wrestlers, and it's like,
Wow.
That was my DLC.
Wow.
It'll all be out by WrestleMania, though. I imagine. It normally is.
Well, if the initial plan was to have none, then yes, it will.
WrestleMania's in like 2 or 3 months, so they've got enough time to give us the free packs they promised by then. But take us away next with the best one. I'm going to mix up instead of segregating the guests and the main non-guests, because after a talk with Racist John and QJ, I have found out segregation is bad. Take us away, Pew. For your best downloadable stuff.
My best downloadable stuff.
Okay, and what game was a downloadable pack for?
Is that a sequel to
I didn't really.
It's a prequel to Cake.
I didn't really overly enjoy like any DLCs. I mean, does Reaper of Souls count? Because that's like a game that I bought.
No, because you bought a disc. Because it's on a disc, sadly. The one that would, but you have also bought stuff like Monopoly, which is a downloadable only one. Which was,
oh yeah, I forgot we're doing downloadable.
Technically that one was on a disc, but it was designed to be a downloadable one. They only put on I think they put on a disc just temporarily, so it's like The Walking Dead and stuff. It still counts as downloadable.
Oh, okay, I forgot we're doing downloadable games. Yeah, totally Monopoly then.
Woo!
Because that is really fun. I did get to be a cat, and I love the way the cat walks. Oh my god, that's a super awesome cat. And I love you can knock it over with the pieces and knock over the all the parts, and you can see him jail, and it's just so much fun.
Well, as Simon would say, aren't you the cat's pajamas?
And I like how some of the hotels aren't even hotels.
Never leave my mouth.
Some of the hotels aren't even hotels if they're like in a shitty neighborhood. They're just motels.
Yeah. Well, I like that Monopoly game. It's not quite as good as Monopoly Streets. However, it's got other stuff like that Monopoly Deal is fun and stuff where I don't hate it, And I'm like, it's cheaper than Monopoly Streets was, so I can't fault it. And it's just not quite as good as Streets, but the Streets was a disc-released game, so it's unfair to compare the two, probably.
I can see that.
No, this is the internet. It's apparently fair to do that. So.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna go with the fact it's shit because the other one was so much better. Now I'm kidding.
Yes.
But yeah, I did love that with on Monopoly Streets. I did love the fact, like the pieces, they had personalities because like the car, for example, got an obnoxious fucking race car driver that looked like the dude that constantly hit on Penelope Pitstop. The guy in the long penis car.
Yeah, David Peter.
It might be him, yeah. And like the dog got a dog walker and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's wonderful. And I kind of like that because it's like, okay, now they're not just pieces, they're personalities. But this one that Pew mentioned has the card game. It has a load of stuff that works, and to be fair, it's still fun because I can play online with Pew and I forget his name, not Andy. Marcus. That may have been racist to say not Andy, but still, basically, I can play online with them, and when Jim eventually does get it, I can play with him and stuff. It's fun, I like that. So take us away next, Marcus. You've already been.
He did his, I thought.
He did. It was because I realized I disvalued him by forgetting his name. I decided to try and validate him by making him next, and now I've created an awkward situation. Speaking of awkward situations, Simon.
I think you just did that for the segue.
I didn't. Once I said awkward situation, I was like, okay, I'm just going to segue into Simon. It works. It just totally worked.
For me, just for the fact that it was the actual very first DLC that I played. And I fucking loved it. The Castlevania 2 Lords of Shadow DLC Revelations.
Ah, nice. I still need to complete that game so I can get to that DLC, but
it's so awesome to play, man. Like it's quite short, but it's fucking well awesome.
Nice.
I geeked the fuck out big time. I was just like, yes, so happy right now.
Nice. And let's kick us off next, and the last person, obviously, spoiler alert for who this is going to be. Me! No, Richter. I'm not going to completely disvalidate you.
Everyone, you and Marcus get to go twice.
We do.
All right. Real quick, I would like to give a runner-up to best for Shovel Knight. That's a cool game. But for my...
Oh, I was just going to say I haven't been yet on best.
Oh.
I was leaving myself for last.
Oh, okay. I don't know. You messed up the order. Now I don't know who's who.
Hello, darling.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay.
That's all.
But
would you like some of the silver strudel?
I even want to know what you're even trying to use from this.
He knows.
He knows.
That's his PSN name when he makes
the silver strudel.
Oh God, no.
Just a second, going to Sony.com. I'm going to reserve it for him. Anyway,
Please stop.
It's a super name. Like the Green Arrow, the silver strudel. And you can guess how he attacks, guys.
I'm not gonna have to go with hoodies again, aren't I?
But so that was my runner-up. But definitely for me, I would say the best DLC that I played last year was, I got it right at the end of it, so it was pretty good. Definitely worth it. Was the Hyrule Warrior Season Pass or Hero Pack or whatever nonsense they call it is a Season Pass. The Dark Link costume that you get for purchasing it, that is kind of disappointing because it didn't have the red eyes, at least that I saw. But and they haven't even released all the content for it yet. But the two that they have released, the Master Quest pack is pretty cool, and you get some more 8-bit weapons, and you get a whole nother adventure map with some, it's harder, I will say, but it also has my favorite type of any of the stages in it, which is just rack up your KO count, where it's just here's 5-10 minutes, just how many can you kill, and those are awesome, and they're good for getting the materials and stuff. And then the Twilight pack, you get Twilight Midna, who's the best dark character in the game, like a dark element. She's amazing. She's super good. She hits people with a bridge, and I had that explained to me why, but it doesn't matter. She's awesome. She has like a giant cannon, a big hand, and pimp slaps people and stuff. Like if you've played the game and you like Ganondorf, she's the good version of Ganondorf. That's how good she is. Yeah.
That was awesome.
He's not very good though in the game. He should have been a lot better than he is.
I found him good only in multiplayer, so I had someone else to balance it. When I was getting like fucking 100 combos, like like a beast. I was like, yay.
Well, then she's the better version, regardless. So if you liked him, what he did, she does it better.
Nice.
But the Twilight map is very hard, but you get, but there's still some cool stuff. It's definitely different, and you get like lots of costumes, some of which are dumb, some of which are cool. Like there's. Some are stupid. Like there's Lana and Sia both have like a Link inspired one, so it's like green with like the scarf is blue. That's stupid. But like the what is it? Guardian of Time costume for Lana is awesome. Like I got so used to that on her because I put it on her because her normal costume's kind of stupid. But I put that on. You get one of them is like Volga, but he's in like all black, like Lu Bu, and it looks so cool. And there's Link in a purple tunic, which looks cool, and it was awesome. Like I'm having fun with it. It was definitely worth the money, and we're only halfway through it. Like the next one isn't out yet, and there's still one more after it. But it gave a lot of content for the price, so I was happy with that.
Nice.
Did you hear what's going to be in the
Yes.
Majora's Mask one?
I did.
Why?
I'm disappointed about Young Link just because it's like, well, we already have Link in the game. I don't like Young Link. But I didn't really play Majora's Mask, so I actually wanted to know more about Skull Kid, but like I know a lot of people are disappointed he's not in it, and it sounds like he should have been in it. But I'm okay with Tingle because it's just funny. It's people
in Majora's Mask. They put a character in Majora's Mask pack that was not.
Somebody else appreciates the Tingle.
Why is Tingle even there?
Because I want him to be, that's why.
Because he's popular in Europe. That's what I believe.
Maybe he's in the
I'm not in Europe.
version.
I know you're not, but
Maybe.
Tingle has his own game that came out in like Japan and Europe. It never came out in the US. So Tingle's actually popular, just not in the US.
Wait, why is Tingle hated, by the way? I don't know that.
Because it's cool.
Tingle is me and my sister's favorite character.
I think Young Link could be cool depending on the weapons they give him, because I'm thinking like maybe his weapons will be the different masks.
Based off what they showed, it looked like he might have a different attack set, but his special, it just looked like he put on the mask, became Buff Link, and did Link's one. The spin, like the dash forward spin. I was like, oh, you couldn't even give him a new one.
Oh, that sounds kind of lame.
Yeah, but my best one went to The Wolf Among Us. Because as I mentioned on Around the Pound, imagine the storytelling and stuff like that of the Walking Dead game, but with characters that you don't want to kill, and actually a proper flowing story that insults your intelligence, and that's The Wolf Among Us. It's pretty well done. It's a prequel to the Fables comics, which are awesome. The characters are great, the voice acting's great, the look is great, and yeah, okay, it's sort of an interactive film if you want to go with the whole thing of, that's not a game. But I argue it doesn't really matter, it's still downloadable, so it still counts here. And I like it. I like The Wolf Among Us. It was fun. It was like a cool little mystery that I didn't know where I was going to go. And as I mentioned to Marcus, and this is a slight spoiler, there is a character you kill in the game if you choose to. Spoiler alert, I killed him. But that was because he showed up. He showed up in 3 different parts, constantly tried to kill me, constantly annoyed me, constantly got in my way. So I ripped his throat out as the wolf when Bigsby transforms and loses control and goes to the wolf, and you have a moment where you get to choose. And when you do kill him, you find out that he wasn't that bad a person, and that his brother that's still around, because it's one of the Tweedledee Tweedledums. One of his brother that's still around actually really gets upset over it, and you do have this moment where after you've killed him, and with how people are reacting and how your character reacts in the next chapter or two and stuff, you kind of feel guilty about it. I kind of felt guilty. It's one of the few times in a game where I've actually felt guilty about killing someone, because all the characters around me who are the good guys are treating me like shit because I killed someone. The bad guys are now treating me like shit because I killed one of theirs. They're saying I'm just an animal like them, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's great storytelling. My choice actually mattered. Games like X-Men Destiny could learn a lot from this. But I like that. Everyone here should check out The Wolf Among Us.
I definitely will.
It is coming on a disc as well, Si, so you don't have to worry about having a PSN account.
Oh, good.
Because Simon here likes to live off the grid, because he thinks it's cool, in his little camper van with his gypsy campsite. That's not at all real. He just doesn't like he just doesn't want a PSN account. But
I'm very antisocial when it comes to gaming.
You are. That's fine. But
Thank you.
now we're going to go with worst weapon, and since he hasn't introduced one first, let's kick it off with the big guy. The main event of the evening, Richter, the SAHD Gamer Hammer. Hammer.
Okay, so for worst weapon, this was a weird one. I decided to do this. It might not fully fit. I don't care. I'm picking the worst weapon for games in 2014 was assholes on the internet. Because you had, I know we're not talking about it much, but don't worry. As you said, it was winding down or whatever. But like with the whole Gamergate thing, it made like gamer a bad word. You have swatting, where like if you suck in a game, you're like interrupting other people's gaming to like involve, you know, it's like they bring the real world into it. And it's like, fucking stop doing that. You're ruining me playing games because you're doing this other stuff. And you have the DDoS attacks, you know, for like as Mole mentioned earlier, with like on Christmas Day for a couple days where they like took it down, and just stuff like that, and fucking like getting all mad that, you know, like I think this, I can't remember if this was actually in 2014, but like when they announced the Tomb Raider exclusivity for Xbox, and people got all mad, and the guy had to apologize for having an exclusive. Like, fucking assholes on the internet were ruining stuff in games, were ruining the real life while you're trying to play games.
That reminds me of that dude. That reminds me of the dude that launched the probe that landed on a comet. The greatest day of his life, the biggest achievement. He goes on TV and he had a shirt designed for him by his female friend that had women on it. All the feminists got up his ass and started to harass him for being sexist and made him cry and have to apologize. I don't know, he's the best, what should have been the best day of his life. And I know, Rick, you're going to say, no, having children or marriage is the best day of your life. You didn't land a comet on the moon. Or land a satellite on the comet rather than a comet on the moon.
That makes a lot more sense.
It does. Unless it's a comet the store, because they're always in your convenient assignment. Comet the store.
Oh, God.
There's a vague reference. But no.
Don't do that.
But yeah, I completely agree with you, and I will allow that because they're using their actions and their words as weapons, so I will allow this.
Well, just it was attacking like you know, gamers, gaming culture, and gaming in general with you know, with not letting them get online, and it's just, and it was effective, and that's what pissed me off the most.
Yeah, and like you said, swatting, that just annoys me because it's a thing, for those of you who don't know, where basically if you're streaming, they will call the police and get a SWAT team in your house.
Yeah, they'll basically like look up another player's like their name and address and stuff, and they'll call the police and like either a bomb threat or say they're like killing their family to get actual cops to go to that person's house and like for all intents and purposes, basically arrest them just without taking them anywhere. Like, they a lot of times do end up cuffing them, and they kick down your door and shit. And it's just stupid. I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah, they damage people's houses. It's stupid anyway because you wasted police time, which they could have been going and stopping actual crimes.
Yeah.
B, you're damaging people's real life property, and C, it's hurting. It can hurt people with how they get cuffed and reacting and stuff like that. And the other one of D, I believe that comes after C, but the other one would be basically, imagine with how some people have those realistic like Wii zappers or move guns. Imagine if the SWAT team came in and you had that gun in your hand, you could be dead.
Well, even so, even if you weren't even holding anything, like if it's called and like, oh, this guy's killing his family or something like that, they're going to be super cautious because they don't want to die. Yeah. So like, you have to be super careful when you're going out, even though you've done nothing wrong, because you don't want like a crazy cop to be like think you have something, or like let's say you have kids and you're like, okay, now you have to be super quiet when you're going out because like if the kid just starts running, they might freak out and shoot the kid, and it's like. Fucking terrible, and I'm mad that it exists because it's so stupid.
I hate that so much, and it's like the worst part about it. And I don't mean any offense to anyone in this podcast who happens to be American, but the American police are not exactly known for their restraint.
Yeah,
because there was like a recent video on the internet where the cops arrested a girl, put her in the back of a car, and shot her brother in front of her.
What?
Yeah. Or how about the times when they just beat the living crap out of someone for being a different race than them? And it's like, no, they're not known for their restraint. Why are you doing this? It's like, oh, you can go, ha, when you see it on Twitch. Really? Fuck off and do something productive with your lives.
Pretty much.
Bloody hell.
But what was your worst weapon? Let's go with Simon.
Pretty much the entire Destiny arsenal.
Yeah.
Nice. Fair enough, I will allow that. How about you, Pew?
My worst weapon is that fucking air horn in Mario Kart 8. Because you never get it when you need it, and when you have it, it doesn't fucking do anything. And is someone seriously going to hold the weapon they got in 8th place 2 minutes later into the game, hold on to that same one weapon when they get into first place, and do that? No, you're going to use it like in 5 seconds as soon as you get it, and then get another weapon, because that's what you do. You're not going to hold one single weapon for the entire game.
Fair enough. And how about you, Marcus?
Alright, my worst weapon of 2014 is fucking Claptrap from Borderlands pre-sequel, because fuck the fun zerking. Holy shit, is that the worst ability I've ever seen.
You sound like Wife Blade.
That is so bad. I got lucky playing with Pew because she's high enough level that she's unlocked stuff that replaces it or that, adds to it so she doesn't really get it. But I play Counter-Strike as I did Borderlands.
Bless you.
So I was playing at lower level. Holy shit, this fun zerking suck ass. I'm like, dude, will you stop using that ability?
Which, like I said, to be fair,
random.
To be fair, it's random, and as long as she mentions, like I said in the past, like when you throw a grenade into a room and there's other players, as long as you say I'm about to use it, you can always swap to a weapon you don't really give a shit about.
It's tolerable if you're playing with like friends or people you talk to, but for casually playing online with people you're not talking to, and it's just random people. Yeah, it's the worst ability you could give them because they just fuck people over and either don't know or don't care, and it's just like, ah.
Can I just say?
Give a runner-up to the Reggie bot from the Nintendo Direct at E3.
Nice. Can I just say we here at the X-Pound do not condone playing online with randoms.
At least Fun Zerking has ammo regen with it, so it slightly minimizes the damage.
Yeah. My one of 2014, I believe I had this mate on our awards of all time, but technically it's back because the game was back. The Blue Shell of Doom from Mario Kart 8, because, oh my god, it's a weapon that's designed to say, hey, you're first, fuck you, Doom. And then make people who suck at the game beat you. And it's like, No, I don't care. If I'm in first place and I'm about to cross the line, I get hit with a shell and it stops me, like a red shell or a green shell or something like that, and then someone passed me. Fair enough, you aimed it, except for the red shell, which is homing, but you aimed it. Fair enough, you still deserve it. Even if it's a red shell, you deserve that shit. If it's a blue shell and I get hit, and then everyone else just boosts past me, I'm just like, why is this a thing? And then when the computer's in first, you never get blue shell.
Yeah.
Then the second you're in first, before now I've been blue shelled multiple times. And it's like, I hate that weapon. The horn, the pew pew mentioned, I have had that when I've been in first place, and I've been able to accurately use it to deflect the blue shell, which makes it not as worse as it used to be. However, the blue shell itself, why does this exist? You're punishing players for being good at your game. That's not a good thing.
That's what Nintendo do.
Yeah. But now we're on to the last one, which is best weapon. I'm going to kick this off first because I think someone will probably already have one I got on my list. I gave a joint award to two equally stupid weapons that I love for how crazy and hilarious they are. The 8-bit sword in Hyrule Warrior, and the firework launcher in GTA 5. Now, what these weapons are is the 8-bit sword in Hyrule Warriors lets Link hold an 8-bit sword, which means he's holding what looks like a cardboard cutout of a sword that he goes and hit people with. That is beyond hilarious to me. That is so fucking stupid that it's awesome. That is like so like that shouldn't exist. I love it.
Ladder.
Yeah.
Sorry, she gets the ladder. It looks even funnier.
Nice. I haven't seen that one yet, but I love the 8-bit sword. I'm like, it looks like a kid playing with a toy sword. And the firework launcher on GTA 5, it's a big rocket launcher. And I fired it at a car before now, and it hasn't blown up the car. Instead, it's gone leave and just taken out the axle. So you're like, well, what does this do? Well, you point up at the sky, you fire it, and the firework goes, and that's it. It exists for the sole purpose of firing it in the air to do a fireworks show, which makes it even more hilarious that I've killed a cop with it. I killed like a group of cops on foot, like in a circle-ish thing, going, yeah, we're gonna get you, say, Okay, that's not how they speak, but and they started to like shoot me.
The Wario cops? I'm not gonna get you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you. And then their guns were like all like pew 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 pew, and I was like no. And then I was pulling out my fireworks thing, and it was like all pew boom, and they were all like as they died. It was hilarious. I don't know why I described it that way. That may have been the stupidest I ever spoke.
On a side note, in a game, there actually is a weapon that goes pew 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 when you shoot it, and it's one of the favorite things I've ever seen in a game.
Is that by any chance the laser gun thing from the Transformer games, where you got it was called like the pew on one of them, and it actually goes pew pew?
No, in Dead Space 2, if you beat it on like the hardest, you get a foam finger. That literally, when he fires, it's him going pew pew pew, pow 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 pow.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to play that game, but I want to play with that gun.
Nice. Yeah, which, like I said, those two weapons, they don't fit into the category of best weapons for being so awesome because, oh my god, yeah, they can destroy everything. But they fit into the category for me personally because they're so crazy, they're so fun that I love them. I would have given it to the Saints Row the 4th one where it's all the guns taped together, yeah. The America. But I don't know if that counts because I think that was the year before, and I don't think it came out in 2014 on the PS4. I think that's only recent, so it wouldn't count. But you know what I mean? I love those weapons that are so crazily stupid. If it adds fun, I don't like it if it's something that's crazy stupid and just doesn't add fun. Because at the end of the day, games are supposed to be fun. So kick us off next, Marcus.
Alright, favorite weapon. I guess I'll go with the one that I've already mentioned. I love the spinner in Hyrule Warriors. That weapon is just so much fun to play with. It's fast, it's AoE, and it shouldn't be as ridiculously powerful as it is, and it's just hilarious that you're Link wiping the floor with enemies on a friggin' spinning top made of lightning.
Dreidel, 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 I made you out of death.
He loves the spinner so much he's going to put it on a belt.
Nice. But that does sound pretty cool. But okay, kick us off next. Let's go with Hammy.
All right, so for mine, it's also a joint one like yours. Just because I thought these were both cool in their own different way. One was from South Park: The Stick of Truth, the Mongolian bow. Because I always giggle when I see it. Like, it was a good weapon because it did fire damage, and I think it shot like 3 arrows or something. So I used it a long time, and it was good. And every time I saw the name, I'd giggle. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go with that.
I love that weapon.
And the other one, this will be surprising. Yeah, it's from Destiny, but it's called the Icebreaker. It was a sniper rifle that looks pretty cool, and it was really strong. It was solar elements, so it was like fire, basically, because I mean Icebreaker. But it didn't you didn't have clips for it, or you didn't have like extra ammo for it. Basically, it couldn't take any other ammo. It could only hold the 6 or whatever it could in one clip, and it would regenerate the ammo over time. So like you couldn't get extra for it, but like you never ran out of ammo for it. And in that game, that's a really good thing because ammo kind of usually sucks in that game. But it was also like a high-end weapon. It was strong, and it was just cool because I like weapons that regenerate their own ammo. Like in Borderlands 2, the one of the class mods would allow you to regenerate ammo, and that was awesome. And so it was that game is not very good, but that was like the one thing I actually kind of liked. It was like a really good sniper rifle that won't run out of ammo.
Nice. And I will say, did you hear that, Si? He just gave a big fuck you to you saying the entire arsenal of Destiny. He even sent me a PM on Skype saying, "This watch this is gonna be a big fuck you to Simon."
Yeah.
For that.
I'm kidding. Because I know you probably haven't seen that ice gun, but that does sound pretty good. I like weapons like that sometimes. They do sound pretty cool.
Yes.
And how about you, Pew? The only person here named after a weapon sound effect.
Huh. Well, actually, my weapon, here weapon, it has been a weapon from Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and it's this gun that it's an explosion weapon from Torque, and it does one explosion, and then it does like a second one like 2 seconds afterwards. And I love there is a quote or something on the weapon. I forget what it says, but afterwards what does he say? I don't know. He's like, "Take that, history, whoa," or something like that.
Nice.
And it's like ridiculous. He's like, "History, you've been historied," or something, and it's like, oh god, it's just so great. And I love that it says it on there. Actually, the gun itself, I found something better, but I'm not getting rid of it. It's actually going to stay in my vault forever.
I do like that game, and I do love all most of the weapons on it have been pretty fun. Like I loved that one from the laser mission where you were using it and it was like freezing the enemies in place and then killing them instantly. It's like that was kind of cool.
And you know how you get it? You get it by tying up the laser weapon to a place in the street, and then he fucking gets a like bomb inside a plane crashing down and hits the weapon. It's like, is that fucking overkill or what? It's ridiculous. A bomb on a plane that's crashing that's gonna hit this rock and like destroy the entire plane just to destroy this one weapon.
That was also to destroy the snakes that were on the plane.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I don't know if you got a different weapon for that, but the one I got from it, if you played Borderlands 2, you remember you could get an AI in Borderlands 2 and you could either put it in like a shotgun or something or a shield.
Yeah.
And it would talk to you. This one puts a weapon with the built-in AI, and instead of like making fun of you being snarky, it just cusses at you left and right, and it's hilarious.
Is it wrong? I wish I could. If I ever got a mod like that where it can make my weapon sentient, I would sort of like to put it in my blade I have when I do the melee attack, but I don't know if I can because I can't change that. Because that would be hilarious, a talking sword to take the piss out of all those other shitty talking swords. But
Well, if you like that,
oh, sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say that if you like that explosion weapon, Stacy, hopefully you'll, if you get the Handsome collection, you'll get Sword Explosion in the Tiny Tina DLC, which is a gun that Torg makes up because it's like they're basically playing a D&D like game. So he makes up this weapon, but it shoots out a sword that explodes, that then turns into other smaller swords that will then also explode.
Nice. that sounds awesome. Question for you with Borderlands 2, by the way,
Yes.
for the Handsome Collection, just because I really didn't like Borderlands 2, as people know, but I will play through it again because I'll be with all of you guys. Was there a zombie DLC like the first one? Because that was my favourite of the Borderlands DLC, where it's like the fucking like jack-o'-lantern enemies and shit.
Not really, but one of the small DLCs, they were like called Headhunter, that had like a little bit of story, but it was mostly just really small, just to get another skin and a head. Those were holiday themed, and there was one that I believe was Halloween themed. But it's only like 3 missions or something. They're not very long, but there is something in there.
That'll still be fun. And I think it's cool with the Handsome Collection. I'll be able to play through the pre-sequel with everyone here. Then we can go through 2.
Yeah.
Which means no longer is that a pre-sequel. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's a case. But I will also say, take us away to take us out, Simon. And just because you liked it before, sometimes you save the best.
Thanks.
This is Best Weapon of 2014. All of our podcasts have been great so far. It all hinges on your one answer. Make it good.
I do have a very good. One of my favorite weapons is the Majestic Greatsword from Dark Souls 2, or just fucking any of the fucking greatswords, just for the simple fact that, okay,
Was that 2014?
it was out last year.
Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, that's what I asked. I said, was that 2014?
Yeah,
I think they had DLC in 2014 at least.
Ah, cool. I was just double checking because I couldn't remember, because I remember that being. I remember one of them coming on the Wii U at launch, and I was like, cool.
yeah. And like for me, I'm actually left-handed, and to actually, yeah.
No wonder you're so evil.
Nice.
I'll tell that as a compliment. So to actually get a game where you can actually have swords in the left hand, you know, just for me, like that was a nice little touch. I'm like, okay, granted, it took me a little while to get the hang of it because I can't actually stab anyone in the back, unfortunately. I can parry, but I can't stab them. But that too, and the bombs. I'm sorry, but I love throwing the bombs at enemies. Just
unless I'm wrong, doesn't that mean he would like Twilight Princess on the Wii?
Yes, probably.
Because I remember they just flipped the game. That's how lazy that game was, and I was like, okay, surely if they just flipped the game, Link's should swap.
It's the GameCube version, I believe, is where he was left-handed.
nice.
Yeah, any other Zelda game before that, because Link's always been left-handed until that point.
Like for me, like having the weapons.
I can understand their reasoning for it. I mean, it's not too big, but they thought that if you hold, since most people hold the Wiimote in the right hand, that if you did it in the left, it could be confusing. But like, I still think they can have made it work.
Funny, that is actually a strategy in a lot of sports. But for me,
Yeah, like when you're dueling people that might have killed your father.
yes, and in tennis and all that.
My name is Sir Simon McPegglesworth III, and you have murdered my father.
Prepare to die.
Exactly.
But you know, it was just like that one little
Don't
touch.
you wish your
for me.
girlfriend was a freak like me?
No, just no. But for me, it was just like that nice little touch, and it made the game a little more personal for me. So it's like, all right.
I like that. It's like on that. Oh, which one wasn't that? I think it may have been Champions. I always like it when you can customize in games various stuff to make it more personalized. Like that one, you can actually create your own villain to go against you, and I think it was that one as well, where you could also create your own weakness, so you can make your villain have your weakness as a power. And I'm like, that's totally cool. It makes it more personalized to you. That's always cool. Like if you're creating a game if you're creating a character and stuff, there should be little quirks like what handed are you, what footed are you, what, you know what I mean? It just makes everything more personal, I feel.
Yeah.
Which means like if I was playing Mass Effect and I wanted from 1, 2, and 3 and I wanted to go through all of them as evil, I could totally go left-handed Shepard.
Yeah.
Left-handed people are the devil's children, damn it.
They're sinister.
Thank you.
They are.
I'm taking that as a compliment.
So I wish, like in WWE games, like I wish a lot of the more moves could be flipped, because I liked that you could flip a lot of the moves. Like for instance, if I'm gonna do an RKO, I'm gonna do it with my right hand because I'm right-handed. It wouldn't look nor feel right if I did it left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes to everything you just said there. I completely got what you said.
And I have to ask a question for you, Si.
Yes, dear.
Are you actually left-handed, or are you just staring at yourself in a mirror?
No, I am actually left-handed.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
What? Why would you ask that of someone?
Not someone, just you.
Please tell me.
I always imagine you looking at yourself in the mirror no matter what you're doing.
Comes down to the ring with the selfie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes back to when he was a child and his kids, when he was a child, when he was a child, his parents thought they could do like a budgie to him, so they thought, okay, and they just placed a mirror in his crib and was like, it'll be company. That's a great question. It was a good question. But no, I was your host for this one, Chriz, aka Mole. I will thank everyone for joining us for this one, and this was the part 4 of our awards. Next week is the final one, and it will be hosted by Rick the Hammer.
Heyo.
As we bring down the hammer on 2014.
Nice.
Thank you. So, thank you, Pew, Richter, as usual.
You're welcome.
And thank you to Marcus and Simon for being our very special guests.
Well, thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Special in a good way.
It's always a pleasure when you join us in our house of fun. But no. But it was the case of, like I said, this was part 4, last one is part 5, and it includes, I believe, the greatest game of 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that, the little bad boy. I wish you, like I said, so yeah, stick around, enjoy, and that one will be part 5.